If a tornado touches down and no one is around to see it, then how the heck am I supposed to do my research? As a climatologist, I look at patterns of atmospheric phenomena, such as tornadoes, over time and space. Sometimes that's hard to do, though, as someone must see and report a tornado for it to count. So if you look directly at the data, they lie to you, showing you more tornadoes where there are more people. Also, if you look at a graph of tornadoes over time, for example in Tennessee, there's a clear upward trend over time due to an increase in population and improved technology. Some may dangerously attribute this to climate change, but researchers are challenged to overcome these biases with sophisticated analysis techniques. So what is a climatologist supposed to do when stressed about research? Go storm chasing. For 7 years straight, I took a 2-week trip to the Great Plains every May. First as a master's student, then several years for fun, and then before I knew it, I was leading my own storm chase trips for groups of eager undergraduate students. I hope you don't mind me asking this, it may be a little awkward, but please close your eyes, and for the next 10 seconds, I want you to picture what it might be like for you to go storm chasing. Okay, you can open your eyes, and I want you to raise your hand if you pictured an exciting adventure where you barely just escaped the wrath of a beautiful supercell thunderstorm. Now raise your hand if you pictured sleeping on dirty hotel room floors, eating gas station burritos, farmers fixing your flat tires, and sitting in parking lots for hours staring at computer screens. That's really what the chase experience is like, and call me crazy, but I get really excited about it when it starts getting warm outside and get the itch to get out there. Chasers are often asked, where are you going? And honestly, we never know. Cops really don't like this. This is a map a student made during our 2012 chase. One day I drove us from the Ring of Fire eclipse in New Mexico all the way up to South Dakota for a beautiful sunset, and the next day we chased to the Canadian border. We really go where the weather takes us. On bad weather days, which to us means no tornadoes, we soak in the sights of the plains. We always manage to entertain ourselves with what the quirky things the plain have to offer. This makes storm chasing a great class in geography department because you immerse yourself in the culture, some of which relates back to the weather that dominates their landscapes. So what does all of this have to do with my research? I promise you I'm getting there. Some people do go out and do research while they're storm chasing. They'll collect information while they're out there, but it's really challenging and expensive. My group is more like a group of trophy hunters. We are there for the competition and for the end goal of experiencing these awe-inspiring events. We also improve our forecast skills and knowledge with each successful and unsuccessful chase. We do play a role in research, though, that you may not think of, because we are those people out there seeing storms in rural areas where they may otherwise go unnoticed. If we report a tornado no one else saw, the Weather Service goes out and estimates its intensity based on its damage, and the tornado is added to a database, like this one. So our reports actually improve the data we use for our research. Also, when we call and report a tornado warning may be issued, warning people in its path. So observing and reporting these storms may save lives. While storm chasers may play this helpful role of seeing otherwise invisible tornadoes, it only takes 2 eyes to see a tornado, not 600. I once counted over 300 cars on one storm. The red dots on this radar image are all storm chasers. We call this chaser convergence. Storm chasing is now a business, a vacation destination, a research activity, and a hobby. All of these people on the road making unsafe decisions usually impede people escaping the storm and slow down emergency responders. In 2011, we had the first storm chaser death when Tim Samaras, his son and friend, were killed by a tornado that unexpectedly dropped multiple vortices. He was a professional chaser funded by National Geographic, so you can only imagine how dangerous this is for people chasing with no formal education. Storm chasers call these people yahoos. But as I mentioned, all of these storm chasers and improved technology has improved the database. In the plains, there is now no significant difference between the number of tornadoes reported in cities and rural areas. However, the population bias is actually increasing in other areas, such as the Southeast. It doesn't help that in places like Tennessee and across the Southeast, you can't really see tornadoes well here anyway. Tornadoes in Tennessee are hidden by hills and trees, wrapped in rain, and often cloaked in darkness. Our state has the largest percentage of nocturnal tornadoes in the US. That probably makes you wonder, how are people expected to be prepared when they can't see a tornado, or worse, they're asleep after it happens? Sadly, they're not prepared. This is evident by the high rate of fatalities in Tennessee, especially in the Memphis area. The Southeast is known as Dixie Alley to researchers, and as you can see by this map, there are more fatalities in Dixie Alley than Tornado Alley. The exact reason for this is unclear and is a recent research interest of mine. Dixie Alley also has a different tornado climate. There are clear peaks of tornadoes in Tennessee in the winter and early spring. These are associated with cold fronts that frequent the area. This differs from severe weather season in the Great Plains, which is usually in the late spring and during the warm season, and this may contribute to a lack of preparation in the Southeast. Realizing the Southeast has a unique tornado problem, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, launched the VORTEX-Southeast program. Its goal is to investigate Southeast tornadoes through a variety of techniques, including a field campaign in March, where groups of researchers will launch weather balloons and take measurements during tornado events. VORTEX also includes social science research. Since arriving at UT, I have found a fantastic collaborator and friend, and Dr. Lisa Reyes-Mason from the College of Social Work. Lisa does not share my love for storm chasing and prefers to stay as far from tornadoes as possible. So we combined our interests and we are funded through VORTEX to assess the variables that influence how people respond to tornado warnings here in Tennessee. We will use phone surveys and in-depth interviews to uncover reasons for increased tornado vulnerability here, possibly including a misunderstanding of risk, like that, lack of access to warning information, and not having a safe place to go. We will also run workshops that aim to improve responses to tornado warnings. We start surveying in January, and we hope our work will contribute to an improvement in tornado safety in the Southeast. We would love to talk to you about our results here in a year or two. Until then, if you have another 6 minutes, I will gladly complain about the troubles with studying hurricanes as well. Thank you.